Imagine sleeping somewhere new every single night for your entire life. Right now, you have an address, a door that locks behind you, a bed that's yours in the exact same spot every single night. You don't even think about it. It's just there. But for 200,000 years, no human being on Earth had any of that. You slept wherever the herd stopped, wherever the rain let up. New ground every night for your whole life. That wasn't a hardship. That was the only plan there ever was. And then, one day, it stopped. In the hills of what is now Turkey, a group of people sat down and simply did not get back up. They stacked stones into a wall. They laid branches over their heads. They buried their dead beneath the floor so that even death wouldn't make them leave. They built the first house, and right there an instinct was born. The pull to stay, to claim ground, to call one patch of earth mine. An instinct so deep it would outlive every empire, every war ever fought over a borderline. Which brings us to a small town in Pennsylvania in 1962. A town that would test exactly how far that instinct could stretch. Beneath Centralia, a fire started in an old coal mine. Nobody could put it out. It burned through the seams under the streets, filling basements with poison gas, cracking the earth open into glowing orange sinkholes. The ground itself was on fire, and it has not stopped burning since. The government offered money. New houses anywhere else. Get out, they said, before the ground swallows you whole. And almost everyone left. The population fell from over 1,000 to a dozen. The post office closed. The zip code was revoked. Centralia was erased from the map. Officially a ghost town. Except it wasn't. A handful of residents refused every single offer. They stayed in a town that was, on paper, empty. They mowed lawns nobody else would ever see. They kept porch lights burning over streets with no other houses left on them. Some of them are still there today, in a town that will keep burning for another century. Why would anyone do that? Ask a therapist and they'll tell you. It isn't stubbornness. It's the same instinct that made you stop wandering 10,000 years ago. Home was never really about the wood or the concrete. It was about claiming a place. And once claimed, some ancient part of your brain refuses to let go, no matter how much smoke is rising through the floorboards. You feel it too. Every time you refuse to sell a house that's losing you money, because it's the family home. Every time you rebuild in a flood zone instead of moving uphill. Every time you'd rather patch the roof than pack the car. That's not logic. That's 10,000 years of instinct, quietly running your bank account. The nomads who never stopped walking are gone now, forgotten, their footprints erased by wind. But the ones who sat down and refused to get back up? Their instinct is still sitting in your chest right now, telling you that this place, whatever it costs you, whatever is burning underneath it, is yours.